You are continually communicating something about who you are, whether verbally or non-verbally. Perception equals reality. So what are you saying before you speak a word? We all want to be authentic and vulnerable, yet how authentic and how vulnerable to whom and where can be a little bit tricky. Wouldn't you agree? I'd appreciate a brief moment of your time to go through this fun-filled exercise that will really help you see yourself, your image from the inside out. We go through this in our interactive seminar, Image from the Inside Out, in more detail, but you will learn a lot in this brief moment that we have together that will assist you with your personal brand. So, you know what? It's a lot of fun. It doesn't really take any thinking, if any at all. So, and it's all for you. It's not really to be shared with others if you don't really want to. So, what three words first come to your mind when I ask you to define you? First three words could be words like extrovert, introvert, smart, intelligent, humorous, self-assured, self-confident, any three words. What three words come to your mind? Once you've done that, set that aside and don't share those words with anyone else. Now go to three other people. They could be people that you're really close with. They could be people you're casual friends with. Business associates, maybe your mom, your dad, siblings, someone who knows you for many, many years who lives down the street. Doesn't matter, the three people. It's kind of fun. Ask them the same question. The first three words that come to their mind when you ask them to define you. And sometimes I'll give you more than three, which is okay. It's kind of the fun of it. Now, the next part's a little bit tricky. I want you to go to three people you've never met before. And it'd be great if you can ask them that question because you would be amazed. You do the same thing. We do it subconsciously, whether we realize it or not. But ask them what three words that they would use to define you. Or if you feel more comfortable, you can start a conversation, whether it be a social gathering or maybe a business networking meeting. And after a conversation, just say, I'm doing this fun little game, this little exercise from this class I took, and I just would like to ask you this question, and ask. Now, once you've done this, though, or if you don't feel comfortable and you just want to have a conversation with someone that you've never met before, look at their body language, maybe the way they communicate and respond to you, and kind of guess as to how you feel or what you feel those three words would be, and write those down. The most important part of this exercise, though, is not to share. So what I mean is you have your definition, and then you go to those three people independently, not as a group, and you ask them, and then three people you've never met before independently, because you don't want any influence. Now, once you've done this, I want you to look at all the definitions. How aligned are they? They don't necessarily may be the same, but you may feel that they really truly do define who you are, but just a little bit differently from different people. Also, I want you to see this for various reasons. I'll give you an example of one of our participants in our seminar, and we'll call her Mary. And Mary came up to me afterwards, and she was a little bit concerned, and she said, everybody sees me as the same person. And I said, well, is that bad? And she said, well, no. She says, because, they see me as a soccer mom, and that's okay. And she said, I love my kids, and, that's not a problem. That role is not a problem. She says, but what has me concerned is, she says, I've been going to school, and I've recently graduated, and I'm getting ready to fill out my resumes and go for interviews, and I want to become a paralegal. And she said, I really don't want to have that perception as a soccer mom during my interview. And so this was a way for us to be able to go through and help her define what she is so she wouldn't be self-conscious about it. Because when you're so focused on your self-image and how you are being portrayed to others, then you are preventing yourself from just being you. And when you can be authentically you, then that's when you will accelerate your success.